Tibetan Buddhism is a religion with a rich culture that emerged from a wide range of practices, which include the complete scope of the Buddha's teachings from the Hinayana, Mahayana, and Vajrayana levels. Different groups belonging to Tibetan Buddhism include the Nyingmapa, founded by Padmasambhava, Kagyupa, founded by Tilopa, Sakyapa, founded by Gonchok Gyelpo, and his son Gunga Nyingpo, and Gelugpa, founded by Tsongkhapa Lobsang Drakpa. The teachings of Tibetan Buddhism puts a focus on the awareness of death and the ephemeral nature of life, leading to diligence in meditation and spiritual practice. Mandalas, prayer flags, and tanka paintings are visual imagery used as reminders for practitioners on the path. One of the renowned masters of this religion is Milarepa, magician, yogi, poet, hermit. Many names have been attributed to this most famous figure of Tibet's history. This Himalayan saint lived from 1052 to 1135, and his story of personal redemption has continued to be an inspiration to many generations. Through songs called dohas, Milarepa imparted divine teachings on spiritual devotion and wisdom. Today we present to you excerpts from the holy text of Tibetan Buddhism with the compilation titled The 100,000 Songs of Milarepa, with the Journey to Lashi and Milarepa at Junpan Nongkatsang.
Faith in Milarepa was further aroused in his listeners, and they paid him great respect. They made obeisance and circumambulated him many times. Most of them then returned to their homes. But the leader of the demons, Balro, and some of his followers still would not depart. Once again they conjured dreadful visions to frighten Milarepa, but he countered them with the song in which the truth of good and evil is told.
I bow at the feet of gracious Marpa. Are you pernicious demons still in an angry mood? Your bodies through the sky can fly with ease, but your minds are filled with sinful habitual thoughts. You bare your deadly fangs to frighten others, but you may be sure when you afflict them, you are only bringing trouble on yourselves. The law of karma or retribution never fails to function. No one escapes from its ripening. You are only bringing trouble on yourselves. You hungry ghosts, confused and sinful. I feel only sorrow and pity for you.
Since you are ever sinning, to be vicious is natural to you. Since the karma or retribution of killing binds you, you relish meat and blood for food. By taking the lives of others, you are born as hungry ghosts. Your sinful deeds led you to the depths of the lower path. Turn back, my friends, from this ensnaring karma or retribution, and try to attain true happiness which is beyond all hope and fear. The demons scoffed. Your skillful impersonation of a preacher who knows the doctrine thoroughly is most impressive, but what conviction have you gained from the practice of Dharma or true teaching?
Milarepa replied with the song of perfect assurance. Obeisance to the perfect Marpa. I am the yogi who perceives the ultimate truth. In the origin of the unborn, I first gain assurance. On the path of non-extinction, slowly I perfect my power. With meaningful symbols and words flowing from my great compassion, I now sing this song from the absolute realm of Dharma essence.
Because your sinful karma or retribution has created dense blindness and impenetrable obstruction, you cannot understand the meaning of ultimate truth. Listen therefore to the expedient truth. In their spotless ancient sutras, all the Buddhas in the past repeatedly admonished with the eternal truth of karma, that every sentient being is one kinsman. This is eternal truth which never fails. Listen closely to the teaching of compassion. I, the yogi, who developed by his practices, know that outer hindrances are but a shadow show, and the phantasmal world a magic play of mind unborn.
By looking inward into the mind is seen mind nature, without substance, intrinsically void. Through meditation and solitude, the grace of the succession gurus and the teaching of the great Naropa are attained. The inner truth of the Buddha should be the object of meditation. By the gracious instruction of my guru is the abstruse inner meaning of Tantra understood. Through the practice of arising and perfecting yoga is the vital power engendered, and the inner reason for the microcosm realized. Thus, in the outer world, I do not fear the illusory obstacles. To the great divine lineage I belong. With innumerable yogis, great is all space.
When in one's own mind one ponders on the original state of mind, illusory thoughts of themselves dissolve into the realm of Dhammadhatu. Neither afflictor nor afflicted can be seen. Exhaustive study of the sutras teaches us no more than this. The chief and subordinate demons then offered their skulls to Milarepa, made obeisance, and circumambulated him many times. They promised to bring him a month's supply of food, and vanished like a rainbow in the sky.
The next morning at sunrise, the demon Ba Ro brought from Mon many richly clad female ghosts and a numerous retinue. They carried jeweled cups and brass plates heaped with many different foods, including rice, which they offered to the Jetson. Promising henceforth to serve and obey him, they bowed to him many times and disappeared. One of the demons, called Jarbo Tondrem, was the leader of many devas. Through this experience, Milarepa gained great yogic improvement. He remained there for a month, spirited and joyous, and without the pangs of hunger.
One day, when the month had passed, Milarepa recalled a place in Lashi renowned for its good water and decided to go there. On the way, he came to a plain dotted with flourishing tamarisks. In the middle of the plain rose a large rock with a projecting ledge above it. Milarepa sat on the rock for a long time. Many goddesses appeared, bowed to him, and served him with desirable offerings. One of the goddesses also left 2 footprints on the rock, and then disappeared like a rainbow. Milarepa proceeded on his way. When Milarepa reached the middle of the plain, the demon Ba Ro returned to welcome him. He appeared at preaching seat for the Jetson, gave offerings and service, and asked him for the teachings. Milarepa lectured him comprehensively on karma or retribution, and the demon then melted into a huge rock in front of the seat.
Milarepa, in a very joyous state, remained on the central plain for a month, and then journeyed to Nyanan Sarma. He told the people there that the plain had indeed been infamous until he had conquered its demons and transformed it into a place suitable for the practice of Dharma, or true teaching. He also told them he wanted to return there to meditate as soon as possible. After this, the people of Nyanan had deep faith in Milarepa. This is the story of the journey to Lashi.
Milarepa at Jungpan Nangatang. Milarepa went to Zhangpan Nangka Tang and remained there for some time. One day a monkey came to Milarepa's hut riding on a rabbit, wearing mushroom armor and carrying a bow and arrow made from stalks. His appearance was so ludicrous that Milarepa could not help laughing. The demon said to the Jetson, "You came here through fear. If you are no longer afraid, you can go away."
Milarepa replied, "I realize fully that manifestation is mind itself. Also, I see that mind essence is identical with the Dharmakaya. You pitiable wraith, whatever apparitions you may conjure, they are mere laughing matter to me." Thereupon the demon made his offering and took an oath before Milarepa. Then, like a rainbow, he disappeared into the sky. He was the demon king of Drotong. One day, Milarepa's patrons from Drotong came to visit him. They asked him what benefits Zhangpan Nangka Tang had to offer. In reply, Milarepa sang,
"I pray to my Guru, the Holy One. Listen, my patrons, and I will tell you the merits of this place. In the goodly quiet of this sky castle of Zhangpan, high above, dark clouds gather. Deep blue and far below flows the river Tang. At my back, the red rock of heaven rises. At my feet, wild flowers bloom, vibrant and profuse. At my cave's edge, wild beasts roam, roar and grunt. In the blue sky, vultures and eagles circle freely, while from heaven drifts the drizzling rain.
Bees hum and buzz with their chanting. Mares and foals gambol and gallop wildly. The brook chatters past pebbles and rocks. Through the trees monkeys leap and swing, and larks carol in sweet song. The timely sounds I hear are all my fellows. The merits of this place are inconceivable. I now relate them to you in this song. O good patrons, pray follow my path and my example. Abandon evil and practice good deeds."
Spontaneously from my heart, I give you this instruction. There was a tantric yogi among the patrons who said to Milarepa, "We would be deeply grateful if you would graciously give us the essential instructions on the view, meditation and action as a greeting or a gift of welcome." Milarepa sang in reply, "The grace of my Guru enters my heart. Pray help me to realize the truth of the void. In answer to my faithful patrons, I sing to please the deities and Buddhas."
Manifestation, the void, and non-differentiation, these three are the quintessence of the view. Illumination, non-thought, and non-distraction are the quintessence of meditation. Non-clinging, non-attachment, and complete indifference are the quintessence of the action. No hope, no fear, and no confusion are the quintessence of accomplishment. Non-attempt, non-hiding, and non-discrimination, these three are the quintessence of precept.
Having heard Milarepa's song, the patrons all returned home. A few days later, many disciples came again to visit the Jetson, asking after his health and welfare and giving their best wishes. Milarepa sang in response, "I bow down to the feet of my Guru. Deep in the forest by man untrod, I, Milarepa, happily practice meditation. With no attachment and no clinging, walking and tranquility are both pleasing."
Free from sickness and disorder, I willingly sustain this body of illusion. Never sleeping, I sit in the comfort of quietude. Abiding in the samadhi of non-permanence, I taste enjoyment. Continuance in heat yoga without cold is indeed felicitous. With no cowardliness or dismay, joyfully, follow the tantric practice. With no effort, I perfect the cultivation. With no distraction whatsoever, Remaining in solitude, I am truly happy. These are the pleasures of the body.
Happy is the path of both wisdom and means. Happy the yoga of arising and perfecting, the meditation of the two in one. Happy the prajna, the awareness of no coming and going. Happy the absence of talk, no friends and no chatting. These are the pleasures of words. Happy is the understanding of non-grasping. Happy the meditation without interruption. Happy the accomplishment without hope or fear. Happy the action done without defilement. These are the pleasures of mind. Happy is the illumination with no thought and no mutation. Happy the great bliss in the purity of Dharmadhatu or totality. Happy the non-ceasing realm of form.
This little song of great happiness that flows freely from my heart is inspired by meditation. By the merging of act and knowledge, those who aim at the fruit of Bodhi or Buddhahood may follow this way of yogic practice. The disciple said to Milarepa, "Wonderful indeed are the joys of body, word, and mind, as you have just said it. Pray tell us, how were they brought about?" Milarepa replied, "By the realization of mind."
The disciples then said, "Although we shall never be able to acquire such happiness and pleasures as you have enjoyed, we hope that we can win a small portion. We beg you, therefore, to give us a clear teaching, easy to understand and simple to practice, by which we may realize the essence of mind." Whereupon the Jetson sang the 12 meanings of mind. I bow down to the feet of my Guru.
O good patrons, if you wish to realize the essence of mind, you should practice the following teachings: faith, knowledge, and discipline. These three are the life tree of mind. This is the tree you should plant and foster. Non-attachment, non-clinging, and non-blindness. These three are the shields of mind. They are light to wear, strong for defense, and the shields you should seek. Meditation, diligence, and perseverance. These three are the horses of mind. They run fast and quickly flee. If you look for horses, these are the right ones.
Self-awareness, self-illumination, and self-rapture. These three are the fruits of mind. Sow the seeds, ripen the fruit, refine the fluid, and the essence emerges. If you look for fruit, these are the fruit you should seek. Sprung from yogic intuition, this song of the 12 meanings of mind is sung. Inspired by your faith, continue with your practice, my good patrons. Henceforth the patrons placed even more faith in Milarepa and brought him excellent offerings. Milarepa then decided to go to Yolmo Snow Range. This is the story of Milarepa at Zhangpan Nangatang, the sky castle of Zhangpan.
We appreciate your loving company for today's episode of Between Master and Disciples. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television for Animal World, Our Co-Inhabitants, up next right after noteworthy news. Farewell and heaven bless.
For more details, please visit www.suprememastertv.com/BMD